So before we talk about technique, there are two types of squats you should know about. There's a high bar back squat and a low bar back squat. So a high bar back squat looks like this, and a low bar back squat looks like this. We're going to go over both of them here. So high bar back squat and a low bar back squat. So for probably about 90 to 95% of people, you should be using a low bar back squat. So you should use a high bar back squat if you have short legs, long torso. You should use a low bar back squat if you have long legs and a short torso. So let's go over the high bar back squat first. So on this one, first thing you want to do is grip the bar. So I usually like to put my thumbs on the knurling right here. Then grab it tight. Make sure your wrists are straight on this. Then get under the bar, find that shelf over your traps. Get your feet right underneath. You don't want to be in a split stance here because then when you unrack it, you'll be off balance. To unrack it, get your feet directly under the bar. Take a big breath in, and then extend your hips. Now take a couple steps back just to set yourself. Make sure you don't take too many steps back because then you'll be off balance and waste energy. So then find your stance, feet shoulder width apart, maybe toes point out slightly. Again, keep your wrists straight, make sure they're not bent. From here, take a big breath in. Then you want to think about ripping the bar apart. So you want to create tension through your upper back so you're actually holding the bar a little bit tighter. So take a big breath in, rip the bar, so watch my hands and upper back. Get tight. Then squat down, drive my knees wide, all the way down and up. So take a big breath in, pull the bar apart, all the way down, and explode out of the bottom. So you want to control yourself down and explode up as fast as you can. So common mistake on this one is not holding your breath through the lift. So that applies to both. So I'll explain quickly why you want to hold your breath through the lift. So if you think about it, when you hold your breath, let's say this is your stomach and this is your low back. So let's say your diaphragm right here is a balloon. So when you breathe in, that balloon expands against both sides, stabilizing your abs and your low back. As soon as you breathe out, like a lot of times we're taught to exhale on the way up, that balloon collapses. You're a lot less stable through here. So if you're less stable, you're not going to be as strong through the movement. So that's the high bar back squat. Low bar back squat. So if you watch the grip, instead of my thumb being like this, my thumb's actually going to be wrapped around the bar like this, or not wrapped around the bar, I should say. You're going to get under the bar, so instead of being on the first shelf on your back, you're actually going to go down one shelf, the second shelf, then same thing, big breath in, unrack, take a step or two back. Again, set your feet just like you would on the other one. Again, make sure that you create tightness through your upper back. So instead of ripping the bar apart, I'm actually going to push into my back with my hands. So I'm going to take a big breath in, push into my back, hips back, and then drive through my hips on the way up. Big breath in, like that. So on this one, you'll notice all the power comes from my hips. So when I get right here, I'm going to drive, and all I'm thinking about is just extending my hips. So on a high bar squat, you get up and think about pushing around the way with your feet. On a low bar squat, all you're thinking about is extending your hips. Your hips are the power drivers. And then your head position becomes really important as well. So when you're down here, you want to make sure your eyes are down, your head is down, you have a neutral spine. You want to make sure you're not here because then you're not going to be as powerful out of the bottom. Just keep that head down right here and drive your hips through. So that's the low bar back squat and the high bar back squat.